It is just the beginning for video gaming in Africa. Gamers have more than doubled in recent years. The market's untapped potential is immense, with many expecting it to explode as the continent produces more content. Until recently, gamers mostly came from the United States, Europe and Japan. But a shift is underway. There is a big market waiting to be tapped, according to South African developer Alexander Poon.
We, for example, in South Africa have 11 different languages. That's one thing. Each of them are linked to a specific culture that has different histories. Playing with that in game development as a means to telling a story, it allows you to actually get quite a lot of content that is new and not been fully explored yet.
Developers met at Africa's largest gathering for gaming in Cape Town earlier this year.
We've got a lot of those publishers who are coming here, they want African-made content, and so there's a huge opportunity. Now is kind of the best time really to be making games or trying to get into the games industry, because we're hoping in the next few years we're going to see a massive spike in growth.
Poor infrastructure and low connectivity have held back gaming on the continent. But internet speeds and access are improving. Equipment is cheaper. Central African Tedo Kosoko is paving the way for the new market. Since 2018, he has been creating games that tell the story of Africa.
For me, the future of this industry, and not only this industry, is in Africa. It's the new El Dorado. Centuries ago, there was a gold rush in America. Today, I believe this gold rush is happening here on the African continent. And we have to be first.
Kosoko moved to France aged 18 to study computer science and management. He started a studio in Toulouse, which employs 8 people. One of the Maseka Games Studio's creations allows players to use avatars of African heroes, like Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader Thomas Sankara, South African singer Miriam Makeba, and George Weah, footballer and former president of Liberia.
We must teach young people to love themselves, to value themselves. There is a huge problem with that. And for us, all this is at the heart of our creations. We really want people to deconstruct everything that has been put into their heads, that they are not beautiful, that they are useless.
Creators like Kosoko hope their games can eventually compete against those developed by the heavyweights of the sector.
Along the banks of the Sabaki River in southern part of Kenya, volunteers plant mangrove saplings. Local communities here are working to restore the ecosystem. One tree at a time, they're bringing the estuary back to life. It used to look much different, this village elder says.
Hii eneo limechange. Zamani kulikuwa msitu huku.
This area has changed. Back in the day, we used to have a big forest all over with wild animals like elephants and monkeys. This used to be an area where wild animals lived during the 1950s and 60s.
Ni wanyama wa pori. Vile vile, hizo ni enzi za miaka ya 50, 60.
Years of logging depleted the healthy mangroves and wildlife. More than 80% of mangroves have already been lost along western parts of the Indian Ocean.
So the point at which we've got to now, globally, in Africa, in Kenya, or just looking at the Kenyan coast, is the population density is very high already, and the amount of resources that have already been extracted by fishing, by clearing vegetation, by cutting wood for charcoal or for construction and things like that, is we are already at an ecosystem or environmental deficit right now. So we can only benefit ourselves and nature by restoring ecosystems right now.
Mangroves are much more than mere shrubs in salty water. They can absorb 5 times more carbon than forests on land. They also protect land against coastal erosion. The UN Environment Programme funds the Sabaki Restoration Project. It is a great investment, 1,000 times cheaper than building seawalls. In recent years, conservation groups and local volunteers planted tens of thousands of mangroves.
The world is changing a lot, but for the mangroves, the ability to bounce back and come back and colonize the areas they used to be in the past is quite encouraging.
The hope is to reclaim cleared land and boost the regrowth of the forest. It's still early, but it looks like the efforts are bearing fruit.
Few people are shopping at the Kinduti market. Not much is on offer. Things are a bit better here in Sele, a suburb of Kinshasa, but 3 out of 4 people struggle to find enough food.
There are no farms here. There is no more forest. Our fields are devastated by rodents that eat our potatoes. We don't have the means to grow a good crop. That's why people are hungry in the village.
Elize gets by with her small food stall. When COVID-19 pandemic restrictions tripped up her business, she received help from the World Food Programme, known as WFP. She could save her business and pay for her 5 children's schooling. Mathilde Voltier runs the regional WFP project.
Here in Unsele, we are in a situation where we are one step away from the precipice of hunger. That's exactly why the World Food Programme is doing this kind of project, where we have 4,000 households that we are going to assist for 2 years.
One solution is for residents to become self-reliant, to develop an activity that can earn them an income. Local fisherman Bruno Mayimonga invested some of the aid he received.
It has helped me a lot. That's how I was able to buy fish fry.
Nearly 27 million Congolese face a food emergency, according to the WFP. This means a quarter of the population cannot feed itself. In Kinduti, many give up other needs so they can eat.